Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to TechGeek webinar series, our endeavor to empower techies. We believe that sharing of knowledge is the key of enhancing our performances and for our growth as professionals. With this principle in mind, TechGeek has initiated a series of webinars conducted by industry experts to get a crisp insight of various domains. Today's webinar is 20th in the series and the first in webinar series on testing, giving insights into test analysis and design. Our guest speaker today is Mr. Ramit Manohar, Software Development Advisor at Dell. Ramit is an ISTQB certified test professional and is very well versed with various aspects of testing technology. He has experience in domains like manufacturing, e-learning, banking, publishing, video streaming, and many more. Ramit is also an active member in the Indian Testing Board and loves training people on software testing. Gentlemen, this presentation will continue for the next 45 minutes and will take your questions in the last 15 minutes. In the meanwhile, you can post your queries on techgeek.com or through the chat pane available in the webinar software. Without further ado, I introduce to you our guest speaker, Mr. Ramit. Over to you, Ramit.
Thanks, Bharat. Hello, everybody. So if somebody cannot see the screen or anything, just raise a hand or something, so that I can know. Okay, the concept today we are discussing is analysis and design. We had a seminar or we had a presentation earlier by Mr. Sahai from Adobe where we talked about planning. So this is, in series of that test planning. When the planning, typically when we talk about any STLC or software testing life cycle, when our planning session ends or our planning ends, we generally go to analysis and design where we design the test cases, where we use different design techniques. And before we start, let's see, I like to, give my thanks and, to few people. First of all, Vipul, who is the CEO of Pure Testing, and apart from CEO, he is a brother, he is a guru. Pradeep Soundarajan, my dear friend, he might be somewhere listening probably. Hi Pradeep, many thanks to you. Satish Thakur, he is my guru in testing. He is a senior test consultant as well at Pure Testing. All the people at Pure Testing and testing practice at Dell Services. If somebody is listening, hello guys and thank you. And finally Rex Black. He is a guy who has, I have learned a lot, but it's a kind of eklavya relationship with the guru. Okay, so let's go and see what we are going to cover. We are going to cover these 6 or 7 things broadly: analysis and design, then identifying and designing our cases, then we'll check about different categories of test design techniques, going with black box, white box, experienced, and then choosing test techniques. That is what I will try to cover in this session. Okay. My approach will be mostly where I will take the risk-based testing as the basis of doing the designing. There are many strategies that you can involve during the planning. So one of them is a risk-based strategy that you can apply. There are many other strategies. For example, you can have a consultative strategy, you can have a consultative strategy, you can have a requirements-based strategy, you can do exploratory testing, context-driven kind of thing. So it depends on you how you want to go about it. So how to choose the test technique or how to go about it will be discussed at the end. Okay. So let's see where this analysis and design fits into that software testing life cycle. As you can see, during the planning, let's take one thing. During planning, we define the scope of what needs to be tested and what not needs to be tested. When I ask this to many testers around the world that what not needs to be tested, I get answers which are typically like, if I'm not the team of performance, I will not do any performance testing, or if I'm not team of security testing, I will not do any security testing, and something like it. But actually, what not need to be tested, when we are doing this in reviews, we should check